Hello race fans, and welcome to Street Luge Network's coverage of the ACME Downhill Challenge from Port Jervis, New York. I am Colby, the Canadian Dream Parks, and today downhill racing returns after an 18-month break due to the ongoing pandemic. But we would like to thank John Fletcher and USA Skateboarding for putting this event together at such a difficult time. This will be the first ever downhill event for USA Skateboarding, and it will be one of the qualifying events to determine the qualifiers for Team USA for the World Skate Games in 2022 in Argentina. In today's race, we have 9 riders from all over the United States. Matt the Silver Bullet Bartlett from Georgia, a father-son pair of Josh and David Eberhard from Cincinnati, Chris Hicks from New York coming back from a long racing layoff, Marcos the Italian Santa Menino, Dan the Man Vanderkamp, Sway and Hayden Vanderstelt from California, and finally the other father-son team, Joey and Matt Yates from Columbus, Ohio. In this race, we'll have 3 rounds of 3 heats each. After 3 rounds, we'll add them all up, and the top 4 will race for gold, silver, and bronze. In the first round, in heat number 2, will be Matt Bartlett, David Eberhard, and Marco Menino. David Eberhard got a push out in the lead at first, but Matt Bartlett was able to slip by and retake the lead. Coming into the righty-tighty, David Eberhard makes his crazy old man bomb through. He slides too far wide, and Matt Bartlett is able to retake the lead. And that's how they would stay to the finish, with Menino coming through with a solid 3rd.
Good run, bro. Hey, good run.
In round 1, heat number 3 will be Josh Eberhard, Chris Hicks, and Joey Yates. Off the line, Joey Yates would get the lead, but Josh Eberhard would challenge her first. Chris Hicks dive up the inside and pass them both coming into the righty-tighty. That's the way it would finish all the way to the end. In the other heat that didn't have any video footage, Hayden Vanderstelt took first, Dan Vanderkamp second, and Matt Yates in third. And after the first round, Vanderstelt, Bartlett, and Hicks all tied for first. Tied for fourth are Joey Yates, Dan Vanderkamp, David Eberhard, and tied for 7th, Josh Eberhard, Marco Menino, and Matt Yates. In round 2, heat number 1, it will be all 3 winners of the first round, Bartlett, Hicks, and Vanderstelt. Vanderstelt getting it way out in front, using his new drifting technique to get through the tighty righty way ahead of Matt Bartlett. Matt Bartlett took a better apex. Down the long straight, Matt Bartlett's superior exit speed was able to get him past Hayden before the lefty-loosey. Then coming into the left, Hayden was able to dive up the inside and take the lead, and with Bartlett and Hicks making contact, with Bartlett able to hold second, Hicks in third.
That was fun.
Right next to me, and I was like, ah, where you were. I was afraid. I was like, oh man, I hope.
No, you're.
In round number 2 was David Eberhard, Dan Vanderkamp, and Joey Yates. Joey Yates getting the push out in front, blocking the inside for the righty-tighty, and taking the apex. The Boomer was able to get some good speed coming down to the last corner. Joey Yates was able to block the inside and take the win. The Boomer pushed him all the way to the finish line, even scraping his hand on the bales right at the finish line, trying to get by him at the end. Then dropping into a pothole and doing a backflip. That's right, Boomer, we've all done it one time or two. In round 2, heat number 3 was Josh Eberhard, Marco Menino, and Matt Yates. Josh Eberhard was able to get the commanding lead out of the start gate, with Yates and Menino jostling for second. This is Marco Menino's very first race ever. He's doing a fine job. He was not able to catch the experience of Josh Eberhard, who took the win in that heat. So after 2 rounds of racing, with 2 wins, Hayden Vanderstelt has the lead, Matt Bartlett and Joey Yates tied for second. Chris Hicks, Josh Eberhard, and David Eberhard tied for 4th. Dan Vanderkamp and Marco Menino tied for 7th, and Matt Yates bringing up the rear. With round 3, heat number 1, it will be Josh Everhard, Hayden Vanderstelt, and Joey Yates. The next generation of street lugers on display in this heat. Hayden way out in front, using his drift technique to get through the corner first. Closely behind, Joey Yates, Josh Everhard hitting the apex. Fortunately for Josh Everhard, he was not able to get by Joey Yates by the end, and Hayden Vanderstelt took the victory. Round 3, heat number 2 was Matt Bartlett, David Everhard, and Marco Menino. Matt Bartlett pushing out to a commanding lead, with Boomer hot on his tail. Marco Menino able to stay real close to the veteran. That's the way we stay, and Matt Bartlett would take the win in that heat. In round 3, heat number 3 would be Chris Hicks, Dan Vanderkamp, and Matt Yates. Chris Hicks pushing out to a commanding lead, didn't look back, took the win in this heat as well.
Oh, he's bleeding blue.
After 3 rounds of racing with 3 wins in his heat runs, Hayden Vanderstelt has the lead, followed by Matt Bartlett and Chris Hicks, Joey Yates, David Everhard, Josh Everhard, Dan Vanderkamp, Marco Menino, and Matt Yates. Now the consolation for 5th place, David Everhard, Josh Everhard, Marco Menino, Dan Vanderkamp, and Matt Yates, racing for 5th place. Everhard was able to get the push out in front, with Dan Vanderkamp and Menino close on his tail. A hefty battle at the back of the pack developed between veterans Matt Yates and David Everhard. Josh Everhard would come through to take 1st place, Dan Vanderkamp 2nd, Menino in 3rd, Boomer in 4th, and Matt Yates in 5th.
Yeah! Holy this is fun! Oh my god! Right, we all made it down.
And now the finals to determine the champion of ACME 2021 and the American champion for this year as well. In the finals be rookie Hayden Vanderstelt, veteran Matt Bartlett looking for his first street luge win,
Rider set.
veteran Chris Hicks, and Joey Yates also looking for his very first street luge win. Not only are they racing for the win here today, they're also racing for a shot to be on a 3-man team for the Argentina 2021 World Skate Games. Vanderstelt pushes out in front, with Matt Bartlett right behind, Chris Hicks in 3rd. Joey Yates looks like his zipper is broken on his leathers. That'll slow him down in the straights. Hayden out in front. He's from California, been training extensively on the hills out there. Very, very good, but what can he do on a shorter, more technical course? He blocks the inside. It's a very nice drift. Slides wide. Matt Bartlett takes the apex again. Chris Hicks right there too, takes braking action to avoid him. And Bartlett has cleared Vanderstelt even before the corner. Looks like he might have learned from that first heat they had together earlier in the rounds. Chris Hicks is gaining on Vanderstelt, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make a pass. Does Matt Bartlett block the inside? He does. Matt Bartlett holds off the inside, so Vanderstelt can't take the line. Bartlett takes the line, and it looks like he will take the win. American champion for 2021 with Vanderstelt in 2nd, Chris Hicks in 3rd. This is Matt Bartlett's very first street luge win. He's won Bainbridge before, but this is his on buttboard, but this is his very first street luge win.
Get that one! That's what I'm talking about! Yeah!
Yeah. Oh, yes. Good battle, dude.
I took second and
I don't even know, like, I knew, I was looking for you, and like, I was like, if he's right there, he's going inside. I was like, here we go. Did you see my slide?
Went straight inside and I couldn't pinch past it. Son of a bitch.
Woo! Yeah!
Congratulations.
Finally.
Good first one, right?
Yeah, get it.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. You're sure you get a hug.
we have an American who f***ing destroys.
Finally!
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Glad we're all okay.
it's my first one, man.
That's the first time you're on the podium?
First time I ever won.
You won it?
I'm second and third, a whole bunch.
You won it?
Yeah.
I thought he won it.
No, I got first.
You got it.
Oh, you got it.
Oh.
100%.
Did you get him at the line?
I took his line. Well, he did it to us in the second round, and I was like,
Excited.